Hey, how you doing today, Amari?
Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. Um, I see today that you took a few reps at the running back position. Would you be open to switching over to playing running back, a la like Ty Montgomery did, who started off as wide receiver and then ended up in the league as a running back?
Oh yeah, I mean the way that they approached it to me today was just seeing it as using me on third down, putting me one on one with linebackers, motioning me in the backfield, and then making me mismatch with the linebackers. So that's the way he came to me and approached it. So they wanted to see me run outside of the backfield and see how I was able to move out of the backfield. So that's why I did that.
All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
Pranav, go ahead.
Amari, thanks for doing this. Hope you're doing well today. The Senior Bowl is a key learning experience for every player who attends it before their pro day, in your case at Clemson. So was that week and game helpful for your preparation before today's workout?
You broke up a little bit. Can you repeat the end of it? Sorry.
Sorry. So the Senior Bowl is a key learning experience for every player who attends it, in your case at Clemson. So was that week and game helpful for your preparation before today's workout?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it was definitely helpful. Just to know that at practice he was scouts there and stuff like that. So I just got comfortable, but performing in front of scouts and GMs and stuff like that. That was really a warm up for me. So in pro day today, I really wasn't nervous or anything about it because I had already been in front of most of them at the Senior Bowl. So I was comfortable and just went out there and did my thing, just play ball.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to John McMullen.
Hey, Amari. First, just curious who your agent is, and then talking about the reps at running back, were you expecting that, or were you going into the process expecting that, or is that kind of a curveball for you?
My agent is Shafi Fields, and now I wasn't expecting that until before the workout. One of the scouts came up to me and said they just wanted to see me run outside the backfield because of that. That's who told me. They would want to see me, in third down with mismatch against linebackers. So that's why I did it, because it made sense. That's really my type of play style, just using mismatches and just beating the guy in front of me.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we'll go to Brennan Rupp.
Hey, Mari. You were one of the most dynamic receivers with the ball in your hands last season. What makes you so dangerous after the catch?
Just the fact that I did play running back my whole life up until my junior year of high school. So I have that background. Whenever I get the ball, I'm trying to score, period. I'm not trying to get tackled by one person. It's going to have to take, two or three people to get me down. So that's just my mindset. Just whenever I get the ball in my hands, I'm trying to score every single time.
Tyler Jeffries, please go ahead.
Hey, Amari, I got two questions for you. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I just want to know what receivers have you studied that have helped you mold your game into what it has become today? And also, second question, fellow podcast host Phil Corrales' former high school teammate was Artavis Scott. He wore number 3 at Clemson. Now,
Yeah.
you spent your career at Clemson wearing number 3. Is there an up-and-coming receiver or teammate that you'd like to pass that jersey down to?
So it's already a freshman that has it. Dakari Collins has it right now. He just got here in the spring. And what was your first question? I forgot.
Oh, it's all good. It was just what receivers have you studied that have helped mold
Okay.
your
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Jarvis Landry right now, that's in the league currently. I study him a lot. Just his toughness, his grit, and his route running, his hands, all of it. I feel like I tied to him a lot. And even Steve Smith, even though he's not playing anymore, he was here today. It was crazy because that's like my idol growing up. That I used to watch his highlights before every high school game and every game. So it's kind of a surreal moment being able to meet him and get advice from him as well. But those two are definitely guys that I compare my game to.
Hey, best of luck to you from the guys at Overtime Fantasy. We can't see where you go to next.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Brandon Carlisle, please go ahead.
Hey, Mari, Brandon Carwell here with Cheesehead TV. I hate to put you on the spot, but at the 2021 House of Athlete Combine, you were talking to Brandon Marshall, and he asked you about a dream scenario, and you mentioned the Green Bay Packers. The Packers haven't had a slot receiver or a true slot since Randall Cobb. I was wondering if you could comment on how you envision yourself fitting into an offense that has Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely see myself as a Randall Cobb type player, being used in the slot, jet sweeps and the return game as well. So I feel like ever since Randall left, they haven't had a guy like that for real. I haven't seen. So, just being able to bring my game to that offense, I feel like it would be special just to see and work with, a well-known player and like Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers, two vets that's well-known, that has a lot of experience and has competed at the highest level at the best. So, I would love to go and learn from those guys. That'll be pretty special.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Jacob Infante from Windy City Gridiron.
Hey, Amari, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. So at Clemson, you played quite a bit out of the slot, but they did move you around, and obviously you've taken reps out of the backfield now at your pro day. How would you say, from a pure route running perspective, it's a bit different going out of the slot as opposed to being outside?
Yeah, it's definitely different. As far as you have a lot more space usually, so you can work and be more patient than outside when you're most of the time usually pressed up. So you gotta get into your route. So that's something that I love, is that having space and be able to work different releases and stuff like that in the slot. And just having more space as well. So it's a lot farther to the sideline. So when corners and out routes, you have a lot of space to work with out there. So you can do a lot of different things as far as running that route. And then as far as you get safeties matched up on you as well. So that might be a speed mismatch. So that's something that I like as well. But all in all, it doesn't matter where I go. I'm pretty confident in myself, and I'm pretty confident in the matchup with me versus anybody. So that's really been my mindset since I've gotten into college. It's just a confidence standpoint, just knowing that when I line up against somebody, I'm confident. I'm going to win. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I appreciate that. One quick thing that I wanted to ask real quick as well. You did take quite a bit of reps as a punt returner. Have teams talked to you about that and wanting to utilize you on special teams?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I called punts after pro day today for them. So that's definitely something that I plan on doing at the next level: punt return and kickoff return. Just anything to help the team win. So I've let that be known. If it's coming out of the backfield, catching passes in the slot or outside or in a return game, I can do it all. So that's something that I want to show throughout this whole process.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
David Hood from the TigerNet, please go ahead.
Hey, Amari, the NFL guys, they have 4 years of tape on you. They have Senior Bowl tape. So they know what you are, who you are. So what was, maybe one thing that you wanted to show them today that they didn't know about Amari Rodgers?
Just how fast I am and everything, how quick and how explosive I play, with my 40, showing my true speed with a 4.44, and then in my route running, just showing my get off and how fast I come out off the ball. They look for that, see how fast you come off, because as a receiver, if you don't show speed at the beginning of the route, the DB is not going to be threatened. So, they want to see you with speed come off the ball and be explosive. So I want to show that today and just show how crisp my route running is, just even more. I did it at the Senior Bowl and at the House of Athlete Combine last week. So, I just want to continue that just to show, I can run every route in the route tree. So I feel like I checked all the boxes.
And if I can ask a second question, Tyler Grisham is a former NFL receiver. How much has he helped you throughout this process and helped turn you into an NFL receiver and kind of some of the things he's done?
He's helped me a lot. I don't think without him, I would be or had the success that I had last year. He pushed me, before the season. I told him I wanted to be pushed. I wanted to be coach hard. And so he did that every single game, picking out the smallest things and just critiquing me on it, just so I can make my game as perfect as possible. So a lot of credits to him. He listened to me and Cornell, listened to what drills we wanted to do, and we did those in practice because, he didn't just go out there and just make his own drills. He wanted to know what we wanted to work on, and we did that. So, I love that about him, and just how loving and caring he was about us. He wanted to check in on us outside of football as well. So, it just helped me, stay wanting to play for him. I wanted to play for him every single day. So I love that guy for sure.
Next, we'll go to Matt McMullen from Chiefs.com.
Hey, Mari, congrats on a great college career, man.
Thank you.
So for whatever team you end up with, if you could speak to the fans of that team, what would your message be about the player they're getting in Amari Rodgers?
You're getting a winner. I've won at the highest level at every point in my career, and I don't plan on that stopping now. I'm going to do whatever it takes in order to help the team that I go to win and to help myself be successful. So, I'm going to be the hardest worker on the team. I'm going to be the first one in the building, last one out. And I'm just going to be determined to, win Super Bowls and bring Super Bowls back to wherever city I go to. So, you're going to get somebody that's going to go all in, they're not gonna let off the gas pedal until the career is over. So that's what you're gonna get out of it.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Next, we'll go to Justin Churchill.
Hey, Amari, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
How does playing for a school like Clemson help you prepare for the league both mentally and physically?
It prepares you from day one because everybody that comes here is 4 or 5 stars, so you got to be on your P's and Q's from day one, or you're going to get embarrassed. So physically, from day one, I got woken up. I was already strong, but I still had to get bigger and get adjusted to stronger, better guys, tackling me and guarding me and stuff like that. That was adjustment. But once I started getting going, mentally, you got to learn the playbook. So if you don't know what to do, then you can't go out there and play fast and play confident. So mentally, just from that point, just knowing that you got to perform at a high level and learning plays, it was challenging at first, but once you get used to it, you start excelling in your game because you're going against the best every single day. And Coach Sweeney does a great job of making sure that we compete and practice and push each other. So just coming in and playing here at Clemson, got the best out of me every single day, and I always appreciate it.
Thank you, appreciate it.
We have time for just a few more. Trevor Groves from CUTigers.com.
Hey, Amari, good to see you again. And just want to say off the top, we're going to miss talking to you every week here in Clemson. But as Clemson's most recent graduate out of the slot, I just wanted to get your take on Justin Ross. He's been playing slot this spring. How effective do you think he'll be in that position with his size and skill set?
He's going to be super effective. Justin is probably one of the best route runners I've seen since I've been playing my career. And I feel like he can run good routes from anywhere. And, like I said earlier, with having space in the slot, that's dangerous. So I can't wait for him to be in the slot, working on safety, working on nickel Sands, because, he can do it all. So I'm excited for him. He's going to be a big need for us in the slot, replacing me when I'm gone. So that's definitely somebody you want to replace me with, Justin Ross. So I have no doubt he's going to be a first-round pick next year.
Thanks, Amari. Great job today.
Good. Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Raphael Haynes.
Hey, Amari, Raphael Haynes from the 3-point conversion. Amari, you talked a little bit about Steve Smith. And one of the things about Steve Smith that most people didn't know until he started playing NFL was his toughness. Is there anything that you would say as far as that can't be seen on the film or in the pro day, but that you do have and you will display once you get to the NFL?
Yeah, I'll say toughness as well. I'm pretty tough. If I mess something up, I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it right. Then if I get banged up, I'm playing through it. I played through a lot of bang ups throughout my college career, but that's part of the game. If you can't play through injuries, then you shouldn't be playing the game. So toughness comes with the game, but I feel like I'm definitely taking a next level as far as my toughness. How I approach the game every single day. I come on the field, trying to dominate the player across from me. So that's just my mindset now. I'm just going to carry that all the way through my career.
And then a quick follow-up. Is there any particular DB in the NFL that you would say, man, I definitely want to go against this guy? Just show what I have.
Jalen Ramsey probably because he's from Tennessee and I'm from Tennessee too. So, 2 Tennessee boys going at it. I'm looking forward to that matchup for sure.
Last 2 questions from Fran Duffy and then from Elise Robinson. Go ahead, Fran.
What's up, Amari? How's it going, man? Quick question for you. So you just talked about your toughness. Is there a guy that you faced in a game this year that you felt was able to match you from a toughness standpoint that stood out to you on game day?
Probably Jeremiah Owusu from Notre Dame, the linebacker, Sam linebacker that was lined up against me for most of the game. For sure, I definitely had to be on my P's and Q's every snap with him, blocking. And whenever I got the ball in my hand, I had to tote it because you come in and smack you every single play.
And then my last question is just, Cornell was a guy that kind of came out of nowhere for us from a national standpoint. Is there a guy that you think is ready to take that next step that no one's talking about right now, but for next year for Clemson is really going to take that big jump?
Joe, the receiver, be on the lookout for him for sure.
Awesome. What stands out about him?
He's very tall and long, and strong. He's gotten a lot stronger since he's gotten here. He's at up to 230 right now, so he's a monster, and he's fast, long. So whenever you throw the ball up to him, he's coming down with it too. I was at the scrimmage yesterday, and he had a nice snag in the end zone, and he scored. So he's been having a great spring. So if he just continue to grind and run with it, he's going to have a great season.
All right, thanks, Amari.
Sure.
Final question for Amari will come from Elise Robinson.
All right. Hey, Amari, how are you?
Doing great. How about you?
I'm well, thank you. All right, I'm with Sports and Culture Media, and so I just have two questions for you. So are there, well, with all the teams in the NFL, is there a specific team that you feel like you would bring your best game to, as a receiver, from a receiver standpoint, or if necessary, a running back standpoint?
It's not a specific team, nah, it's not really a specific team, if I'm being honest with you. I haven't really, went deep into, what teams need slots or anything. I just focus on myself, and I just know whatever team picks me up, they drafted me for a reason. So, I'm just gonna do my best at whatever job they ask me to do.
Okay, and then my second question is there any receiver or running back that you would consider a role model for you personally?
A role model, like I say,
Mhm.
do they have to be in the league right now or no?
It's whoever's your role model.
My role model, like I said earlier, was Steve Smith. Growing up, I used to
Okay.
watch highlights all the time, so that's definitely one of my role models.
Okay. All right, well, thank you. Congratulations.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you guys very much. That'll conclude